In our February workshop, we focused on the topic of sustainability. One image that got a lot of people nodding was that of a window wide open in the middle of the winter while the heat was on. In an online survey we conducted of over 100 Yale students, many responses echoed this image.
Windows provide a quick and easy fix for students to regulate their dorm room temperature, but a lot of energy is lost in wasted heat. According to the Yale Facilities Energy Explorer, an average of 75% of the energy used in undergraduate dorms between October 2010 and March 2011 went to heating.
We don't believe that students are trying to be unsustainable. Instead, our survey indicated that 50% of students say they don't have accurate control of the heater settings in their bedroom. At least 80% will open their window at least once during the winter in an attempt to regulate the temperature in their room, with 20% saying they usually or always do. The question quickly became, how do we prevent a room from overheating or becoming too cold in the first place?
We're getting to the heating, which is the core energy use of the building, is right where the steam comes into the...
To understand how the Yale dorm heating system works, we turned to Tom Downing, one of Yale's energy engineers.
Units are making hot water, and what's neat about this hot water is that the temperature of the hot water that's produced to be circulated is actually dependent on what the outside air temperature is.
Okay. Unfortunately for students, this means that turning the knob on the heater doesn't directly correlate with the actual room temperature. Instead, it just changes the opening of the steam valve, but the heat of the steam may vary. Many students found the interface of the knob confusing as they did not know what the numbers actually meant.
After our initial research phase, we developed insights and found opportunities for feasible intervention. We were most intrigued by the fact that the knob interface is a key player, that outside temperature directly affects the heat output of heaters, that student awareness of how heaters work is low, that there is no current in-room feedback system, and that there is a considerable amount of student and administration support for intervention. From this analysis, we defined 3 design spaces. 1, how can we educate students about how their heaters work? 2, how can we make the knob interface more intuitive? And 3, how can we reduce the amount of effort and time required by students to regulate their own room temperature?
In the education space, we asked ourselves, how can we reach out to students without oversaturating them with information and annoying them? We decided to place stickers directly on the heaters and windows so users would already be primed to think about their heating situation. Each sticker is tailored to the particular dorm and lists information on how the heater works and facts about heating in that specific dormitory.
In terms of the knob interface, we knew from the start that the numbers were a problem. After testing some prototypes, we decided on a color gradient as the best way to convey that the heaters did not directly control the temperature of the room. We used stickers as a quick and easy means of intervention that would not damage the original knob. Another design addresses the issue of accessibility to heaters. We created an attached chart that more clearly indicates the settings from both the top and the side direction.
Our third design space was more technical in nature. We imagined a device where the user simply puts in a desired temperature and walks away. This made a lot of sense considering the output of the heaters varies per day, even if the knob is left at one setting. In our research, many people even suggested such a system.
That would be so cool to set 69 degrees or 68 degrees or whatever, and have it auto-regulate.
It will help to have something there that says, it's 72 degrees in here. Why, maybe I need to put on a sweater, or rather than jacking it up to 75 degrees.
To achieve such a system, we attached a gear to the heater knob itself, which meshes with a servo motor. This motor is controlled by an Arduino we programmed to interpret data from a temperature sensor and turn the motor accordingly.
User response to our prototypes was very positive.
I think this is really good because, especially if it's right next to the radiator, it's something that you can just easily, it's very clear how to use it and what you need to do. So I think this is really great. It's a really great idea.
Yeah, it'll definitely save energy. This is such a great idea because I know so many people who will just open their windows when it's too hot in their room, but there's nothing they can really do to prevent it from getting too hot in their room because the heaters are just really poorly designed and it's hard to adjust the temperature knob.
As all of these projects are proof of concepts, we look forward to refining their designs and implementation. At Yale, the STEP program, short for Sustainability Education Peers, offers $25,000 in funding for projects in sustainability, and we hope to work with them in these efforts. In particular, we want to distribute the education and knob stickers to all of the dorms and compare heating use between next year and this year. We also want to package the feedback mechanism and perfect the code so that we can run trials over the next coming months.
We think that many universities other than Yale have the same problem, and universities are major consumers of energy. From the micro scale of a student feeling more comfortable and in control of the temperature in his or her own dorm room, to the macro scale of reducing wasted heat, we hope that our work can help put an end to the story of a window open in the wintertime.